So I heard about this 200-mile race in the hills of Kansas in the heat of summer on gravel roads where 2/3 of the people sometimes don't finish. And I thought, that's crazy, I gotta try that. Never mind that I live in the flatlands of Michigan, never did a race longer than 60 miles, had no way to train in the heat, and it was snowing a couple weeks before the race. To add to the challenge, the day I registered for this race, I hit the ceiling with my head at Ray's Indoor Mountain Bike Park and ended up in the hospital. Because I wanted to push my limits, I decided I'm going to do this on my full suspension Salsa Bucksaw fat bike. The fat bike category wasn't large, it was filled with talented competitors. There was Kurt Barclay, Arrowhead 135 finisher, and El Manzo 162 8th overall about a month ago. Danielle Musto, the sole female competitor, keenly crushes the men that she races and eats them for breakfast. She's sponsored by Salsa, and she finished 4th at the 24-hour solo world championships in Scotland. And then there was Paul McKay. This year he won the fat bike category and was 15th overall at the Land Run 100. I'm not too proud to admit that I stalked him on Strava, but it wasn't uncommon for him to do a 158-mile ride and averaged over 24 miles an hour. He killed a rattlesnake, probably with his bare hands, and wrapped the skin around his chainstay. And that's just to name a few.
Scuba gear, my dear, you hear that around the town, it's a real wet shindig. Everybody's gonna get the name in lights, high in the sky, we got a chance to win big. Look, a man flying like a hot balloon, that could be us in the golden afternoon. Look, a lady, calm like a baby, strutting the stuff as she gets so crazy.
So I was all like, wow, this looks way fun. And my friends were all like, oh, it is, trust me.
That's not.
The race was split into 4 segments. McKay and I rode together for much of the first and second segment. It's you! I wondered if you were already ahead of me. At about mile 85, Paul started telling me about how his legs were hurting. I saw my chance and attacked.
Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go around. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud.
It was tough. It was hot. For 100 miles, we had a 17-mile-per-hour headwind. Then, with about 35 miles to go, a young buck named Matt Rossi showed up. I said, hey man, we should work together. And he said, I'm just cruising in. Feel free to jump on board. Matt Rossi was amazing. He let me draft, sheltered me from the headwind, and even gave me some water. I beat the sun, finished 35th overall, and became the first ever fat bike champion of the Dirty Kanza 200.
I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor.